Hello again, folks. Stepping Stone 2 blog. I'm with Mr. Gary Crichton, our friend, part of Stepping Stone 2, along with Trey, kind of friend. And Gary's brought in some certificates from his past that were in the possession of his mum. And we've had a bit of a chat prior to this, and we thought it'd be nice for people to hear a little bit about Gary's past and some of the achievements that he was proud of, and so was his mum. So we're going to pass you across to Gary in a moment, who's got the certificates in front of him. A lot of Gary's items went astray, sadly, but there might be some things that Gary remembers from that time he can bring up. Yeah? So do you want to talk us through the certificates, Gary?
Yeah.
Which one's that you've got in front of you now? Do you want to mention some things from the certificates?
Information technology, worked on cars, and
so was this hot wiring cars, Gary, or fixing them?
It was mechanics.
Mechanics?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't actually stealing them, he was fixing them. So IT, you said, Gary, you've done some intermediate technology.
Yeah.
Because your good friend Trey sitting next to you now, she's trained in IT. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what you did in that field?
I did in tech work, and watched always on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And did cookery sessions.
Which are those, Trey?
Cookery sessions.
Oh, cookery.
Kendal College.
Sorry, Gary. So was that part of your intermediate technology, or was that a separate thing? Because you were on about what you did on the computers.
It was independent. It was the work profession course.
Right. So it was to do with learning some work skills.
Yeah.
So on the computers, did you do any design work or anything like that? What things did you do on the computer? Were you learning how to use a computer, or?
Oh yeah, learning how to use a computer.
And how did you find that? Was it okay for you?
Yeah.
Did it help you to use it later on?
Yeah.
Because you're pretty good at the computing side, aren't you?
Yeah.
So did you find it easy then, Guy, when you learned the computing skills? Was it quite hard then?
I did art on the computer as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a bit of design?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trey's going to ask you a question now to do with that, aren't you, Trey? That was the lead in for you.
Yeah, some of the computer courses that I remember years ago, because I'm looking at the dates on here, it was to do with how you stored files, how you found them. Was it Windows you worked with?
Windows.
Yeah, the old Windows, wasn't it, years ago?
Yep.
So it was how, icons worked, how programs worked.
Yeah.
Can you remember which programs you used with Windows, or was it just Windows you used?
95 Windows.
I remember that.
Yeah, Windows 95. And what about Office? Did you use Office? Word?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and Excel. Generally, that's the kind of thing they used to do in courses.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets and
yeah.
data, doing letters and things like that. So yeah, I remember the kind of courses they used to do years ago. We probably do them similar now. Gary just uses different software.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though you need to do any more work on computing, Gary? Or are you perfectly fine using computers now? Would you benefit from any more input in relation to computers, or? Because we've got a computer here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you could do some stuff on there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of things?
I could transfer. I could do a bit for the top work on the computer.
She's your expert. Yep, she's your expert, guy. She's the one you can work with. So you fancy doing that in the future?
We could do it after this.
Well,
I don't think we'll have time after this, Gary.
But
maybe
next week.
Next week, yeah.
You touched on cookery, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something you said that you've always enjoyed. And
I enjoyed mostly art and computers.
Yeah, but you still enjoy cooking though, because I've been with you when you're cooking. You're kind of pretty good at that, and you were independent living skills as well.
Aye, yeah.
You really got involved, and you
Yeah.
know, with what was he called? Your friend who introduced me to
Mikey. Andrew Stevenson.
Gary. why are you always telling jokes?
Michael.
That's right. Yeah, I loved that course. It was great. Gary loved it as well. So obviously we sidestepped cookery slightly. So the art,
Aye,
because you said you did some art on the computer.
Aye, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what kind of stuff you did?
I did art at Lancaster and Morecambe College.
Ooh, Lancaster and Morecambe. Do you know that one, Nigel? Lancaster and Morecambe College. You come across it? Gary will tell you where it's at.
Is that White Cross?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, White Cross, yeah.
Is that White Cross?
Yeah, but it's probably further out.
Oh, it is, but yeah.
Further out.
Yeah.
There's two colleges.
There's the university, isn't there?
Lancaster University.
And Lancaster and Morecambe College, the Lancaster and Morecambe College on the...
No, I know the university,
Mm.
not the college.
Yeah. But I know them because I've done
Yeah.
some training down there.
Yeah.
So what kind of artwork do you do on the all those courses, Gary?
Draw and paint, colouring, getting crayon. Yeah.
So when you did that, because that will be in the house as in...
I did printing as well.
Oh, printing?
Yeah.
What kind of print did you do?
I used to make things as well.
So see all the stuff with Gary,
Yeah.
the background?
Oh, yeah.
And she's asking you no questions at all, Gary. I mean, it's all me. Printing,
Yeah.
explain a little bit to the listeners what you mean by printing. I know what printing is, but
Printing some... Yeah, do it from hand. Drawing from a painting and print it with a machine.
have you come across that, Trey?
You mean scan and print?
Yeah.
Scan and print,
Right.
yeah.
'Cause I was just thinking one thing in and then another thing out.
No, I don't think they had the kind of styluses back then that you could do drawing. You can do it online manually.
I do mean back in 1994, 95.
Yeah. Now they have artwork where you do it on a tablet, you draw on a tablet and it goes right at the computer. You're talking about do it by hand and then you scan it into the machine and then you print it off.
I did it by hand first.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do that and scan and stuff.
So then, if you did that now with Gary, how would you do it differently? Would you have to do it the same way, or
Probably,
Is
because
there-
we don't have the equipment for the other. The other is, and also I'm not quite sure how Gary would be able to draw with that kind of equipment. It's kind of like a stylus. You don't use colour and stuff, it's a stylus and you do digital.
so if Gary had to try to replicate what he used to do,
You could do it.
could he do it here?
Yes, you could draw and scan them in the machine and then print them off, yeah. No, was it a colour printer?
Or did you do black and white, Gary?
I did black and white first, and it came out in colour.
Oh, it'd be worthwhile having a go for Gary with that, because I feel as though he's not really pursuing his art, is he? And it might be nice to replicate what he used to do.
I'd have to have a look at what he means.
Yeah, can we have a look at that, Gary? Then maybe you can have a go at that. Here. Would that be something you'd fancy
I
doing?
need to think about the one.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. What other artwork, Gary?
I've been drawing the Karate Kid pictures. Yep. And
But was that back then, though, you were drawing Karate Kid pictures, or was that not out then?
the Karate Kid came out in 1984.
Oh, right, so it would have been then.
Yeah.
And I did all sorts.
So your paintings, you mentioned painting earlier before we went on air.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you paint?
People, and I did buildings, and I did
Buildings, that's interesting.
Yeah, because Gary tends to, you do quite specific drawing now, don't you, about the programmes you like or such as that.
yeah.
You seem to be done more different things in a course, which you would have to pass the course, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You have to do different types of artwork still art and real life art.
I did still art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain formats to the art courses.
I mean, the reason I'm asking is because I'm very aware of Gary's ability in art, and I know back in the days when there were courses, obviously Gary could express that through whatever. There's not really any mediums for Gary now, and I know we've mentioned a few times when Gary's come here that he can explore that ability through different kinds of art. Why don't we start to look at that, Gary, and you mentioned DVD covers,
Yeah.
and see if we can put all this stuff together that Gary's talking about, because
Yeah.
quite clear there's areas they really enjoyed.
Yeah.
When you mentioned about the printing aspect where you drew something and then it got scanned, did you say?
Yeah.
And printed off, Maybe have a look at that with Trey, because she's the art person, I'm not.
Yeah.
And maybe looking at doing some of those things again, Gary, that you choose to do. Not that we tell you what to do. That's worth trying.
Yeah. And when you used to do art years ago, and we could look at how you used to do it then and how we could try and incorporate that now.
You
Yeah.
mentioned buildings, didn't you, Gary?
Yeah.
I find that quite interesting because, my attempts at drawing buildings would be quite isometric.
Yeah.
When you talk about drawing buildings, Gary, what kind of buildings were you drawing? Was it from a picture? Was it a building you looked at?
From a picture.
From a picture.
Yep.
So would you be able to, because I know I'm thinking about the chap whose name I never remember, who did that famous artwork of the skyscrapers and that in America
Yeah.
with Asperger's. Are you able to look at a particular building, Gary, and transfer that building onto paper, or does it have to be from a picture? Have you ever tried to draw buildings? Say you looked at that house now and you were sitting with pencil and paper, could you actually draw that?
Yeah, if I'm interested.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Because still art is actually like that, isn't it? You have, like, say, a bowl of fruit or a lamp
I
or
used to
something.
draw that.
And you still have to, you sit and do it. Yeah, I know a wee bit about art courses and stuff, just a wee bit, not a lot.
It's interesting that though, because I've seen Gary's. I've got them on my phone stored, where I've took pictures of the things that Gary's drawn, and the detail is fantastic. It's you've got to have that kind of brain to replicate that, haven't you? I can't.
Have you got one printing out?
I haven't, Gary, no, but that's we've got a printer. That's something we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But we can do that while we're doing the artwork.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see, and it's not me forcing Gary, because I hate to do that, but Gary's got such a lot to still show people his ability, and I feel as though sometimes we're not really kind of giving that chance to open up.
Yeah.
And I know he's mentioned this now, you can tell in certain areas there he's quite alive when he's talking about it, so it might be nice to give it a go, Gary, and see which parts you really want to do, and then if we need other resources we can get them as well.
Yeah. I can help. I mean, you'd be able to show me as well, and probably a little bit pair of us, cause learn about shading and stuff. Remember we talked about it some time ago?
Yeah.
And I said I can show you how to do it with pencils.
Yeah.
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 Because that's a similar kind of thing.
I only worthwhile looking at that.
Yeah, the only difference between what Gary does and what I do is I already have the line art there, and I colour it in with pencils, and I do all the shading. I give that 3D effect.
Whereas it's in Gary's head.
Whereas Gary does it from scratch. He sees a picture or a life thing and he does it from scratch. But it'd be interesting to see the shading side in that, because I've noticed that Gary doesn't do that now. I've watched Gary doing his colouring and he doesn't do any shading.
I know that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know that for Gary, artwork is a form of therapy, and I think it'd be good if you could kind of revisit that.
Yeah.
But it would have to be engineered the way that you would like to do it. Because I would hate to have Gary in an art situation where we're presented with things he's got to do rather than
Yeah,
Gary.
I'd be interested to see how it, because it might things might come back to you, Gary, that you used to do that you don't do now.
So, anything else on there that you've done in the past that you want to mention?
Understanding health and well-being.
Now, we touched on that, haven't we?
Yeah.
And Gary was quite well informed when we talked about it. And I think I remember as well we did some yoga movements and things at the museum that Gary took part in.
And we've done some here as well with Gary.
Yeah, so the aspects of health and well-being, Gary, which were quite kind of common around that time for courses, and crucial, I think, as well. what are the things you remember about the health and well-being courses that stuck with you? Because I know you like to be well,
Aye, yeah.
and you've had quite a long period now where you haven't been so well, and that's not something that you like.
Oh, no.
So, what was it that they were trying to teach you about health and well-being that you think would still be useful today? What things did they get you involved in or talk about? Can you remember?
Healthy food and
About exercise?
exercise.
hmm
Yeah.
Did they mention any kinds of exercise or just general?
I used to go. I used to go walking every weekend. Walk to Barrow to Silverstone.
My goodness, that's a good trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you were always fit, Gary. I remember, I used to walk quite a lot when I first started with you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure without prescribing to you, that would benefit you to some extent again.
Aye,
If you
yeah.
were more active, but that's not my remit to get involved in. But I know that all those things you did in the past there have stayed with you.
Aye, yeah.
And, Gary knows the things to do
Yeah.
that are right. It's how you actually are enabled to do that and supported to do that.
Aye, yeah.
So it might be worthwhile revisiting that as well.
Yeah.
Because Gary does like to be well.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not he's not one of them ones that twines about being unwell and likes to stay there. He knows it's not how he wants to be. And when you mentioned walking, Gary, we used to walk loads of places, even round the Silloth Market,
Aye, yeah.
trailing round there. Because quite a trek round there, isn't it?
Aye,
And it was really really good fun activity as well.
I like walking in the city.
Yeah, I like that as well. All the different sights and sounds and structures and things like that.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, Gary. Anything else? We didn't touch on Mum's input on this, did we?
Ah, no.
And your mum was quite clearly proud of what you've achieved.
Aye, yeah.
And you'd mentioned a little bit about what your mum used to like to watch.
Aye, yeah.
And
So you used to listen to the radio.
the radio. What channels can you remember, Gary?
She used to listen to the Radio Cumbria or sometimes Radio 2.
I used to listen. Well, I still do. Radio
Yeah.
Come Radio 2.
Yeah.
Does she have the radio on in her room, Gary, or not? Does she get a choice of which station she has on? Because I've never noticed Radio Cumbria or Radio 2 on. It just seems to be a lot of noise.
Oh, no.
With the TV's on. It might be worthwhile mentioning that, Gary.
Aye, yeah.
Sometimes, even if you're in that situation, you can remember.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Gaz? About Mum's input with this? Do you remember taking these certificates back and showing your mum? Because quite clearly she was proud of them because she's kept them.
Aye, yeah.
Do you remember going home and presenting them or not? Were you at home then?
I think I think this came in 2000. I met.
So this would be when you were at Northgate, was it?
It was after I've been. It was when I was in Northgate. The certificates were sent to.
That's right, Gary. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have anything from Northgate that you achieved? Was there anything that was, that you did there, courses and things that perhaps they would still have records of?
I do pictures.
Yeah, would Joe be any wiser about stuff like that, Gary? Because I know a lot of places do keep some stuff and other people get rid of it.
Yeah.
I took the artwork from Northgate Hospital to Flimby. I took it on with me.
So you've still got that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah. I've seen
in
some.
our portfolio.
I've seen some, of course.
Yeah.
So anything else like certificates then that perhaps you achieved at Northgate that maybe could be sought after? Or did they come with you as well?
I think they probably came with me as well.
That's all right, Gary. Yeah. Have you got any questions for Gary?
No, I'm just kind of like trying to sit, listen and find out, learn what was going on, because it's difficult when you weren't there and you don't really know. So that's why I've been just sitting listening.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I'm not questioning that. I mean, it's nice for Gary to reflect on that.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm assuming, Gary, that these certificates that came via your mum,
Yeah.
that your mum hasn't actually physically sat there and looked at them since.
No.
So might it be an idea to, because I know when you work with people who are in them situations like Gary's mum,
Yeah,
certain things spark off recollection.
yeah,
I know they started doing it more now with people with dementia, more and more,
Yeah.
which is like reinvent the wheel, really, isn't it? So you think it might be a good idea, Gary, or even just getting the copies done and taking them down with you next time you go and see mum,
Yeah, good idea.
and just saying, "Oh, mum, do you remember these?" And just letting her sit there and experience them.
Aye.
Might be worth a try, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, I
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
it to Michael as well,
Aye, yeah.
because sometimes things can trigger off memories.
yeah,
And I mean, the situation she's in now, I mean, all the stimulus I think would be really good for her. And Gary can sit there and,
Yeah.
let us see him holding them again.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, worthwhile thinking about Gary anyway.
Aye, yeah.
Any parting shots, because we will come back to this again, give you more time to talk through it.
Oh, yeah.
Any other comments before we round off? It's a little window into Gary's past.
I did bit of drama at kind of college, the Allenborough thing.
I can't ever see you doing drama, Gary, can you? I mean, drama and Gary, I
I bet
can't.
it was the Hoff.
Ah, no, different.
So what kind of dramatic productions do you do, Gary? Do you do any plays and things like that?
Some plays.
Do you remember any of them at all?
I did plays about a robot.
A robot?
Yeah.
And did you play the robot? Or were you a bit part? What part did you play? Quite a while ago now, is it digging deep there? So do you remember the name of the play, Gary? Or was it a film, or was it a book, or what was it?
It was a short play.
A short play.
Yeah.
I think it was a well-known one. I think you'd remembered by now, wouldn't you?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So which parts did you enjoy playing then? Because you do like acting, I know that, because you used to do the drama class at Working, didn't you?
Ah, yeah.
St Joseph's, so I remember that, where Jen used to take over.
Yeah.
But Gary liked to express himself.
Ah, yeah.
And did that again? More drama.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because that kind of went off the rails a wee bit
Yeah.
as well, didn't it? I mean, that was because we were totally involved with what was going on with Jen, etc. So, anything else, guys, before we round off? Because we will come back to this again.
I'll come back to it next week.
That's fine. Okay, do you want to say thank you to the listeners, Gary, and we'll come back to this?
Ah, thank you.
Trev?
Okay, thank you.
That's
For
it,
that
right?
time.
Yeah.